crisis in Egypt. Moments ago, President Obama spoke out for the first time about the violence there. Hundreds of Egyptians killed on Wednesday during a security crackdown. KTLA's Lynette Romero in the newsroom with the latest on that. Lynette, good morning.
Frank, the president is doing more than just reacting. He is actually taking some action, canceling an upcoming joint U.S.-Egyptian military exercise. He says if the violence is not brought under control soon, there will be a more direct U.S. response to the crisis in Cairo. Here is part of what the president had to say from Martha's Vineyard.
The United States strongly condemns the steps that have been taken by Egypt's interim government and security forces. We deplore violence against civilians. We support universal rights essential to human dignity, including the right to peaceful protest. We oppose the pursuit of martial law, which denies those rights to citizens under the principle that security trumps individual freedom, or that might makes right. And today, the United States extends its condolences to the families of those who were killed and those who were wounded.
Meanwhile, today in Egypt, the Muslim Brotherhood is vowing to continue what they are calling a glorious revolution in their support of deposed President Mohamed Morsi. They're telling followers not to back down. New images from state-run television show protesters storming government buildings, hospitals, and police stations in and around cities in Cairo. The number of dead has risen to 525 this morning, but there are reports that it could be hundreds more and thousands of people have been injured. There's gunfire, chaos, and panic in the streets. It all started early on Wednesday with Egyptian security forces storming two makeshift camps filled with Morsi supporters. One of them was at Cairo University. The troops used bulldozers to take down tents and push out hundreds of protesters. Journalists dedicated to documenting the unrest are also among the dead. Reports indicate 2, possibly 3 journalists have been killed and at least a dozen others injured, detained, or threatened, including an LA Times reporter. She says a startled security officer fired his gun in her direction as she was running away from the bloody scene. A state of emergency has been declared along with a government-imposed curfew for most of the country. But as you heard from President Obama, the U.S. condemns that and is urging those in political power to allow the Egyptian people the right to protest. The big question now is, if the violence and bloodshed continues, will the U.S. cut off that $1.3 billion in military aid to Egypt? We'll continue to monitor the situation and bring you the latest. Megan, back to you.
All right, Lynette, thank you so much for that update.